Hey guys, welcome back. Here again with Sylv. So just another little thing we wanted to cover with you guys. You've already done your basic stance and your footwork. So the next thing is to start putting that into play with our punching. So we're still just thinking about the feet up. So don't worry too much about the technique of the hands. We'll cover that stuff as well. But it's just a couple of little things that we want to help because it's something that we see stops you guys from sometimes getting the right punches out and the right balance. So hopefully this helps a little bit. So we'll go back to our stance. Having a good solid stance, the foundation, we have to have that. Nothing else works without our stance. Now, in the last video, we covered motion in the 4 directions. So we went forward, we went backwards, we traveled to our left, and we traveled to our right. Okay, so that footwork can happen when we're not punching. So we can do it to get in and out of range, to follow our opponent, to put pressure on, to put ourselves in the right position to punch. All our normal punches, our jabs, crosses, hooks, uppercuts, we can do stationary on the spot. But in reality, most of the times, these punches are done whilst in motion. So an opponent that's moving back or an opponent that's slightly out of range, we want to step and punch. There's 2 kinds of stepping. There's parallel steps where your left hand and your left foot and your right hand and your right foot move together. So my left foot and my left hand work together, my right foot and my right hand. The other one, which is a little bit more complicated, is diagonal steps where my left hand and right foot work together and my right hand and left foot. So today, the first one we're going to deal with, the one that we most commonly use, is the parallel steps where your left hand and your left foot work together. So the most common basic one that if you've done even one class of boxing you would be exposed to is stepping with your left foot and jabbing with your left hand. Now, this can be done in a lot of ways. But this one, we're not going to move our right foot at all. We're going to step into the range with our left foot only, punch with our left hand, and come back. I'll show you another example after. So remember, we're going to do parallel. So left foot and left hand working at the same time together. So as you saw, Sylvia stepped forward with her left foot at exactly the same time as her left foot connected to the ground. Her jab extended out onto the target. So Sylv, go back to your stance, please, again. Ready? So pushing through our right toes. We're going to keep that weight centered. Step forward with the left foot and jab out with the left hand. Both impact on the target and the foot impacting on the floor happen exactly the same time. Okay, and we're stepping back. Now, the next way we can do that is that we step forward with our jab and left foot, and then we bring our right foot back to regain our stance. So essentially, we've taken a step forward. This is a foundation of doing double jabs in motion. So we've got to get this right before we can step forward with our double jab. So Sylvia will step and jab with her left hand. As her left hand comes back to her head, she replaces her right foot in her stance. So we've taken one step forward and we've thrown a really good jab in the process. So taking a step back again. So one more time, step and jab with your left and then bring your right foot up. Okay, so step, step. Sylvia's back in her stance. Her right foot hasn't trailed behind her. This is just a directly forward motion. Now we're going to step back again. This time round, we're going to do a jab cross. So remembering the left foot and the left hand will work together. The right foot and the right hand will work together. So this means that the jab will land on our left step and our cross will land on our right step. Essentially, at the end of the cross, Sylvia is going to be still in her boxing stance. So left foot and left jab, right foot and right cross. And now we're going back to our stance and we're just set in the same exact position. And again, left foot, right foot. And you're in your stance. And we're just going to take 2 steps back normally. Okay, so that was a jab, only the lead foot moved in and out. Then a jab with both feet moving, and then a jab cross. Now, we can put a series of those together. So let's say Sylvia wants to throw a double jab. All we're going to do is that jab, replace your right foot twice. So there's going to be very little time between them. And her lead hand isn't going to go all the way back to the target, back to her head. Okay, so watch. This is the double jab. Go 1, 2, and we're finishing our stance. Traveling back to our stance again. Step, step. So that was a double jab. You can do a triple, quadruple, whatever you want to do, as long as you chain those steps and punches together. Now, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to throw a double jab with a cross. So Sylvia's going to step and punch with her left hand and left foot twice, and then the cross is going to be with her right. So we're going to go jab, jab, and cross, finishing in her stance. She's not stretched out. She's gained position. She's ready to throw another shot, follow her opponent, or defend their attack. Stepping back again. One more time, double jab, cross. So jab, jab, cross, finishing with that right foot. Perfect. Now moving back again. The next one we're going to do, and the last example I'm going to show you for this, is traveling forward and throwing 4 straight punches. So lead hand, rear hand, lead hand, rear hand. So jab, cross, and stepping back. Okay, so that's the fundamental movement. Now we can do that with any punches as long as that stepping's the same. So all I'm going to get Sylvia to do now is, instead of throwing 2 jabs, she's going to throw a jab and a hook. Same rules apply. Same hand, same foot, parallel steps. Instead of doing a double jab, we're going to do a jab and a hook and end up in our stance. So going forward, jab, hook, and recover our stance. Going back again. This time round, our left and right, they're both going to work with left and right punches. Instead of a jab cross, we're going to throw a jab, right uppercut. Exactly the same. The hand and the feet work together. So going backwards. So that's the most basic moving and punching with the hands that you can do. From that, we can build up to many other options, traveling backwards and punching, traveling forwards and backwards. So there's a lot of different things we can do, but get that fundamental timing of same hand, same foot, parallel steps, and then from there we can, in the future, build up to diagonal steps that help you achieve different results. Try that.